What's good, folks? It's Devon Jackson coming to you again with another video. I cannot wait to get into today's topic. And today, I'm going to be talking about history. I'm a college student at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, and I'm a history major. And when I talk to people and tell them my major is history, I usually get one of two reactions, sometimes both. And the first one is, I don't like history because it's full of names and dates, and I have a hard time remembering that, and usually things along those lines. And the second reaction, I guess, is that what can you do with a history major besides teach? And so I'm here to talk about both of those things. The first, names and dates. Now, I don't understand what's so hard about names and dates because our whole lives are names and dates. We're going to see this person at this time. That's a name, that's a date. Now, I know we're not talking about names and dates in the same context. That's not even what history is really all about. That's just, the high school version of history, because they want you to know what happened during this time, so they want you to remember maybe the name when it happened. But when you get into a collegiate level, history is about so much more, and it opens your mind to a world of thinking that you did not even know exist. Let me explain. Rather than being just names and dates, history teaches, application. It's a story, and we use that story to understand what happened back then and to learn from it and apply those things that we learn to things that's going on today. It's a very, very useful it's a very useful thing to study. It's a great subject. Now, getting into it, once you get past, 100-200 level history, you really start to delve deeper into the actual, things that you're studying. For example, I took a class that was a history of the Holocaust. And this class, it was an awesome class. There weren't even any quizzes or tests in it, but rather it was application of what we were seeing and learning about into our everyday lives. And that class has had an enormous impact because it helps me think about certain situations in ways that I would not have thought so in the past. People worry about what they're going to wear, or, they lost their $5. That's what people call these days. That's what people call, first world problems. But, it just helped me to realize that our lives don't really suck as bad as they could be. We could be locked up in a concentration camp somewhere. And that's something that we take for granted. So we need to use these things and learn from them. History is about researching, learning how to write. How good are the sources? A history major can go through a book. It's an academic. Where was it published? And look at what somebody's saying and where they're getting their information from, and come up with conclusions as to how reliable the source is. That's history. Which brings me into the second part of this video, which is what can one do with a history major besides teach, that is. And that's a really good question, and I actually had to look into this because me being a history major, I want to know what my options are. Now, in history, you learn some very useful skills for the job market. One, you learn how to write very well, you learn how to research, and you learn how to analyze and think critically. What can you do with these three skills? Well, there's a multitude of things you can do. Besides teach, you can go into museum work, you become a curator, you can go on to become a historian in very many fields. In the writing aspect of it, a lot of history majors, they can go on to become journalists and writers because of the extensive writing that they had to do while they were in school. They can become analysts and researchers for different institutions and businesses. They can take their history degree and use it as they go on to law school. The possibilities are endless, and just like with very many other areas, it's about networking and who you know, and marketing yourself and putting yourself in the best position possible to get into the line of work that you want to do. I've ranted on long enough. But yeah, that's just my take on history. I know a lot of people still don't like the subject, but it's more than names and dates, people. And you can do more with the major other than teach. That's just something that I'm really passionate about. I may not say it, but yes, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time with some more. I'm thinking about doing maybe a rap video, freestyle rap, and talk about some more let's see, entertaining subjects. So yeah, stay tuned and hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.